Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about how I overcame the fear of putting on the niqab, and because I've been receiving a bit, comments here and there, just asking for my advice of how to really deal with the fear of just putting on the niqab, because they really love it, they enjoy it, they want to start wearing the niqab, but they have this whole list of fear that they have to overcome, that you guys have to overcome before putting on the niqab. So I thought, you know what, let me just go ahead and make a video about that, just talking about how, number one, what were my fears. So just kind of giving you guys those list of fears that I had before putting on the niqab, and how I overcame those fears, inshallah. So by the time I knew that I was definitely going to put on the niqab, and I loved, like, I just had so much love for it, suddenly I had all these fears just rushing at me. And the number one fear that I had was getting fired. My clients were non-Muslim, and I was just so afraid of, number one, not being able to, not being able to have that, because I had a really good relationship with them, not being able to have that, and also getting fired. That was my thing. And the second fear that I had was, how was I going to do my day-to-day activity, because I feared the judgment of people. Are the people that I interact with going to treat me well? Are they going to ignore me and pretend like I don't exist, right? So there was that fear of me just, how am I just going to do my day-to-day activity, like getting gas, like washing my car, just a normal interaction that I have with just strangers, people, and the third fear that I had was, how was my family going to react? How's my mom going to react? Is she going to accept it? Is she going to freak out and start going, crazy and saying, what are you doing? We live in America. This is so uncommon, and yada, yada. I had that fear, like fear of my family and what they would think. What they would think. I can barely talk these days. The fourth thing that I was afraid of was taking off the niqab. So I haven't even put on the niqab, but I was already afraid that once I put on the niqab, that I was going to take it off. And I don't know why. I don't know why I fear that, right? What else? Do I had any other fears that I can think of? So far, those are the list. Just getting fired, and how my clients were going to react. Are they going to accept me? Are our relationship going to change? Like, I had a good relationship with them, right? To the point where I was talking about Islam. Like, that's how good it was. I loved what we had going. The second point was how I was going to be treated in public. Are people going to ignore me? Are people going to, just give me a hard time, judge me and all that. The third point was, like, was I going to, like, my mom and my family, are they going to accept it? And the fourth point was I going to end up taking the niqab? Because I was afraid that things was going to get so hard that eventually I might take it off. That was my fear. So what is it that I did to overcome those fears? Number one, before I put on the niqab, I prayed 2 rak'ah, asking Allah to just help me out, give me the strength, and keep me firm. Alhamdulillah, come to find out, the people that I, working for, they spent 5 years in Saudi Arabia, so they are very aware about the niqab. They know, they're just familiar with the niqab, because for 5 years, that's what they've been exposed to. We're talking about Saudi Arabia, where more than half of the people wear the niqab. So that was that. The second point, how were people going to interact with me? Was I able to do my day-to-day activities? That comes with practice and growing a thick skin. Because, but okay, let me just put it as this: majority of people are going to treat you well. They're gonna interact with you normally. Everything's going to be okay, alhamdulillah. But you are going to come across those few people that were literally going to ignore you. You're talking to them and they act like you're not there. Or you're gonna turn around and you have this person that just literally want to cut you to pieces. Like they just get angry looking at you, right? You are going to come across these people, and there's no way of going around that. You just have to accept it. You have to know your boundaries. You have to ask Allah for help, and ignore them, right? Unless they're crossing your boundaries, then you gotta let them know what's up, because we're not gonna deal with disrespect. That's not what's gonna happen. As far as my family went, alhamdulillah, my mom was concerned, but I took the time to explain to her. I tried to connect with her and try to find a common ground. Alhamdulillah, I actually did a video on that, and I will link it down below, so please go ahead and check it out. How I dealt with my family members. But eventually majority of them came around. I would say it was easy for me, alhamdulillah. Easy. My immediate family welcomed it. That's all I can say. Nobody really treated me weird. Nobody gained up on me and made me feel bad. As far as my immediate family goes, extended family, there were very few, I would say maybe two, that did not like the niqab. Just did not like the niqab at all, and they were not afraid to let me know how bad it was and how ridiculous it was and how crazy it was. And those people didn't practice the deen the right way anyway. So I also will link that video down, how I dealt with those type of family members as well. What else? What other point that I made? As far as me fearing taking off the niqab, I just prayed about it every time. I prayed about it, ask Allah almost every day. Although there was a point where I had to remove the niqab due to the fact that I had to get a job. I didn't necessarily take it off the niqab completely. Like, I would take it off when I would go in for work and come out, put on the niqab and all that. So it was a temporary thing, and I no longer have to do that. But alhamdulillah, it's been, how long I've been wearing the niqab? 2013. I don't know, you do the math. So more than 10 years now, alhamdulillah. So I just put my trust in Allah, and you just have to take it step by step. It's not going to be easy. It's a slow process, and there's going to be trial and error. Your challenge may be different than mine. You might go through something that is difficult for you, but it may not be difficult for me. It's different for every niqabi sister. So we have a different background, we have different experiences, we have different family members, we live different places. So your experience is going to be different than mine. It's not going to be 100% the same, but I hope somehow what I say in this video encourage you to like you're not alone. You're not alone. So I hope this video helped. If it did, please press the like button and subscribe for more content like this. And inshallah, I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.